Last time on Devox plays Tokyo Chronos.
No way, I don't feel like it, but if you really want me to tell you...
俺に
はい
任せてみろよ。
Make me. What the fuck? Oh, you're choking me.
And now, to seek the truth about Chronos World.
Is it working? Alright. Ladies, gentlemen, creatures of all origins, my name is Devox Runeheart, and welcome back to Devox Plays Tokyo Chronos. You may have noticed the start time is a little different than I had anticipated. Yeah, that's what happens when Steam Link decides you don't need to listen to anything or be heard by anyone. So I've been trying to solve that for about 40 minutes now. Last time, we woke up in a construction site. Actually, I think I'm actually in the menu is that spot. Somewhere, I think, vaguely up there. One of these buildings. And there's no people. Except for some guy named Lo, who says he's known us forever. And I think 7 or 8 of our most precious childhood friends. And one of them's heard about this kind of situation. They call it Chronos World. What is it? Trapped in a pocket dimension until one of us is alive. Supposedly. So yeah, you might notice a few things different. I figured out, one, how to make sure my Steam overlay and all that doesn't pop up. So I won't have to, hopefully, won't have to exit out and private the video, remove all the shit that you shouldn't have seen, and then put it back on. And right now, I'm just making sure that all the audio and such is playing correctly, and I believe it is. So yeah, hopefully things have improved since last time. So let's hopefully not kill all our besties. Oh.
なんだよ。
Oh.
あれ。
What the hell?
私たちどうなっちゃうの？怖いよ。
What's gonna happen to us now? I'm scared.
あれは間違いなく犯人を探せって意味だろうね。
Oh yeah,
そして
that... Oh shit. I thought I would get the pointer to poke out. Though she doesn't explicitly say what after, it only serves to drive home the weight of the situation. So yes, Green Lady here has said, oh, I've heard of this before. It only stopped when a mother and her son who were trapped in this area, or a similar situation, the mother died, and so the cause was removed. The thing is, we don't know who the cause is, and there's a hell of a lot more than just 2 of us here. Plus one who's not even here, Lo. And that suddenly appeared up there. I believe it says, someone has killed me, find out who. And the only person who isn't here is Lo, so... yeah. There's a killer among us. We need to find that person and get rid of them. That seems to be what the message that seems to be what the message seems to be saying. There's a murderer here? Momono, Kamiya, Morozumi, Kageyama, Machikoji, Dogoku, Nikaido. Monomo couldn't ever hurt anyone. Kageyama's the honest, upright sort of leader. He wouldn't do something as dirty as killing someone. Norozumi is an absolute stickler for doing what's right. Kageyama's the nicest guy I know, with an incredible sense of empathy. Machikoji would never let her people hurt others. Togoku always brightens up everyone's spirits. Nikaido abhors any sort of violence. I can't imagine any of them are going to be a murderer. It's going to be me. Absolutely, no doubt about it. I wonder, maybe we're just reading it wrong, but that's what Togoku said, so it has to be right. Still, I can't believe it. I refuse to. Maybe someone here got a hidden side to them? If that's what was the case, then maybe it wasn't so far-fetched. We stopped hanging around each other since around middle school. I can't exactly say that I know what makes them all tick. Did I scare everyone?
いや
No. Dagoko seemed to be anxious based on her expression, so I said no on reflex to ease her mind. I'm sure she can tell that. I'm sure even she can tell that they were just empty words. It'd be better if I just told her what I honestly
確かに
think.
みんなは怖がってると思
Well, honestly, everyone's pretty tense right now.
うでもいずれ分かったことだ
But I suppose we would have all figured it out eventually.
それなら伝えるのは早い方がいい
It's better that we know sooner.
そう言うと予想してた。
I knew you'd say that. She had a confident look on her face. I recall back in elementary. Whenever Togoku managed to read what I was about to say, she would have the same sort of look on her face as I got flustered. Just as I predicted, that sort of self-assured expression. It's like our conversation was just some sort of experiment to prove her hypothesis. I don't quite like how she has us in the palm of her hand back then and
な
now.
んだよ
Come on.
僕が何を言うか分かってるならいちいち聞かなくていいだろ
If you already knew what I was gonna say, there's no point in asking me then, is
そうじ
there?
ゃないよ。
That's not it.
いくら予想して、そうなる確率がたとえ 100% だとしても、試してみるのは価値があるんだ。
Regardless of any prediction, even if there's a 100% chance of it happening, there's still meaning in trying
ど
it.
うして
How come? The chances are already 100%. Basically, it's like rolling the die that has every one on every side. There's nothing to be
それっ
gained.
て意味がないことだろ
There's no point in that. What are you guys talking about over there? You can see them moving in the corner of my eye. Have they moved? There's no point in that.
そんなことない。
Oh,
頭の
contra-
中のことは所詮、頭の中のこと。
Oh,
試してみて
Damn it.
変わることだってあるんだ。
Stop pausing. It makes me look like an idiot. Au contraire, what's in your head is just that, in your head. It could still change when you attempt it.
なんで
How?
だってそうなる確率が 100% なんだろ
The chances are already 100%, right?
それでも試す価値がある。変わるのは相手じゃない。自分だよ。
Still, there's meaning in trying, but the change isn't from the other party, but
自
yourself.
分
Yourself?
君の言うことが分かっていても、実際に言ってもらうと、僕の心が温かくなる。
Even if I know what you're going to say to me, when you actually say it to me, it warms my heart
な
out.
んだよそれ
Oh, jeez.
だから、ありがとう。
So thanks.
ずいぶん遠回しなお礼だな
Offer the long prelude to a simple thank you. The fuck are you guys doing over there? At the same time, her expression also seemed a little off to me. Actually, I should probably... Instead of just looking at these guys every once in a while, I should actually look around and see if I can see anything. If it's the same... If I can't just find, like, low, hunched over like a goblin in the distance. Because, yeah, the one person was up there. Her. Pink hair was in front of the statue right there. Oh, is that where I was? That construction site? That might actually be it. Like, the second to top floor, I think. Yeah, no. Nothing abnormal. Oh, shit. Actually, it's probably good to tell if you guys can actually hear me do that. Yeah. I can bring up chat. Unlike her usual capricious demeanor, she was looking timid, almost frail. Before I'm able to mull it over any further, I sense that something's going on with the rest of the group.
ねえみんな、お腹空かない？
Hey everyone, aren't you all hungry? We get to rob places! I'm not the slightest bit hungry, honestly. It feels like my stomach's hard as a rock because I'm all nerves right now. I'll probably end up tossing out whatever I eat. Though Kamiyama is trying to play it cool, he can't possibly have the appetite in a situation like this. No, he can be a sort of superhuman in some ways. He really might be hungry despite all this. Actually, where is everyone? Oh, is it just the three of us? Super Cat. Kamiya likes proposed eating together to help Kamiya likely proposed eating together to help dispel the air of uncertainty around us. If that's the case, then there's no reason to object. We all split up and look for food, as well as to look around the area, under Kamiya's precise directions. Machikoji, Chugoku, and I head to the nearby convenience store. Meanwhile, Kamiya and Morozumi are staying at the Scramble. Seems like there's something they need to set up. Eat all you can convenience store food. I've always wanted to try this at least once. And then there's me, who hasn't even touched a single item. I don't know, it feels kind of wrong just to take this stuff. Steal! There's no one here to take from, so just take it. Commence burgle. What else can we do? Desperate times. Besides, even if we don't eat it, it'll go bad eventually. Just pretend you're eating it before it expires and goes to waste. I mean, sure, but it still doesn't feel right. Hold on, actually. Okay. Paranoia averted. Then why not just list down all the stuff you bought and pay it back later? Yeah, I guess I'll do that. We're all trapped here with pretty much nothing but the clothes on our backs. No money, and nothing to make notes with. What? Nothing, just that you're so uptight. Really? I think it's everyone like this. Isn't everyone like this? Well, not for Machikoji-kun at the very least. I'm amazed at the two of you. I still can't calm myself down. It's only because that the old gang's here that I'm still somehow managing. Yes, that didn't pop up. Haha! Steam can't interrupt me. Well, I can sort of understand. Really? I'd always thought that Tokoki was the most distant of our circle. I remember she won some sort of physics prize back in middle school, though I forgot the name. Since then, she went full into physics and fell out of communication with us. Togoku's the sort of person who would get along just fine on her own. It's not as if she tries to isolate herself or avoid us either. She's just that as amicable. Despite talking with her again after over a year, I suppose she's the sort of person who isn't concerned with the particularities of human relations. If it was just me, I wouldn't be analyzing the situation in much detail either. But you'd be able to make a lot more progress if it were just you, right? Of course not. It may not look like it, but I can be pretty lonesome too. There's a ton of other stuff I want to eat, so let's come back here later. This is easily 3 days worth of food. This is actually pretty nice and chill. The weather? That too, but I mean the convenience stores here either have the cooling on or the heating on full blast. You normally can't stay in it for too long, but this time the aircon's not on. Does that mean there's no electricity? Like we're also cut off from the power grid? That would actually make a lot of sense. He does have a point. The temperature here is just right. It's April right now. It's a season where you don't really need any air conditioning. Maybe it's because there's no one around that the aircon isn't on. Or maybe...
にぎり冷却されてなかっただろ。
Electricity isn't running. The cooling for the onigiri isn't working, right?
そうなの？
Eh? Really?
やべえじゃん。
That's terrible.
まあ
Eat it
や
now!
ばいけど町工事気づいてなかったの？
I mean, it is, but you didn't notice?
なんだよ。みんな気づいてたの？
I mean, the two of us figured it out. Wait, you mean everyone already knew?
そうなんじゃないかなとは思ってた。
I suppose they do.
渋谷ってもっといつもうるさいでしょ。
Shibuya is normally a lot noisier otherwise.
スピーカーの音がないのは違和感だった。
It felt so weird there were no speakers blaring. Just being here has been nothing but uneasy, though. Enough that you wouldn't even realize all the other little things like the electricity. In that sense, I suppose it makes sense that he didn't realize.
そう言われてみれば、静かな渋谷ってそれだけで怖いもんな。
Now you mention it, it is kind of scary when Shibuya is this
東
quiet.
国はいつから気づいてたの？
Togoku, since when did you notice?
最初から。でも、ディスプレイのことがあって迷ってた。
Wait, yeah, if there's no electricity, how the hell are those monitors running? Is there like a generator? Since the very start, though, the monitors did throw me off. Those monitors. Now that she mentions it, the monitors showed that creepy message. Maybe they actually were running?
そうだ。ディスプレイはついてただろ？あれって電気じゃないのか？
Yeah, they look like they were on. Doesn't that mean there's running electricity?
まだ確かめなきゃいけないから、なんとも言えないけど、でも70%くらいの確率で違うと思う。
I can't say definitively until we check, but I'm about 70% sure that isn't the
どうして？
case. How come?
ディスプレイにメッセージは映る。でも、僕らが使える設備は限られている。そういうことだよ。
The monitors did have that message on them. However, the facilities we actually have access to are simply limited. Simply that.
そういうことだよってどういうことだよ？
Simply that. What exactly is that?
クロノス世界がそういうものだから、ミッションに特化しているんだよ。
That's just how Chronos World is. It's like it was specifically made for us to complete our mission.
今回の場合は、犯人探しというミッション遂行に余分な要素は全て省かれている。
If that's the case, it's to find the killer. Any other aspects have been trimmed
ライ
out.
フラインは最低限だし、登場人物も極限まで絞ってある。
Any lifelines are kept to a minimum, and so are the people brought in here.
ばかりか、記憶でさえも。いや、これに言及するのはまだ早いね。
Not only that, but even memory is... Wait, no, it's maybe too early to talk about that. We did have a moment where we're just in bed, and then we were here. So yeah, maybe memories were trimmed out. Memories that have been trimmed out? It feels like I've just heard something incredibly important there. Does the killer not Oh, the killer doesn't remember. It's totally me, isn't it? Perhaps it might even be a hint as to why it's specifically us here in this world. Or maybe memories of Lo. No, it's memories of Lo that also been trimmed out. So how is that relevant to finding a killer to a person we haven't even found the body of? But no, let's not dwell on it too much. Regardless of where you are, there are some things that are best left untouched. Even Togoku decided not to talk about it. Right now, I should focus on the miraculous coincidence that managed to bring all 8 of us
おい
together.
おい、わかるように言ってくれよ。俺の頭じゃわけわかんねえよ。
Hey guys, could you maybe dumb it down for me? I totally can't keep up here.
そんなにせかさないでよ。後でちゃんと話すって。
Don't rush me here. I'll explain in due
な
time.
んだよ、気になるだろ。ユリアはいつもそうだよな。大事なことを濁して全然言ってくれない。
Oh, come on now. Now I'm curious. You're always like that, Yuria. You never talk about the really important stuff and leave us in the
そ
dark.
うかもしれないね。
I suppose I do.
こんなに人が少ないと歩きやすいよな。
It's pretty easy to walk around when there's basically no one around. Are they behind me at the square? Oh no, I'm somewhere else. Just a quick look around. Looking for the goblin. It's pretty easy to, yeah.
なんかいつもより広い感じするよね。
Feels so much more wide open than
い
usual.
つも人避けて歩いてるからな。
Because we're usually trying to avoid bumping into people here. Shibuya is constantly crowded, day or night. The moment you get separated from someone, you won't be able to find them without contacting each other with a phone. But now I can see anyone even 100 meters away.
なんだか僕たちの街みたいだね。
This feels like the city was made just for us. Why do I feel a
おー、いい
vibration in my
響き
hand?
だ。
Oh.
俺たちの街。
Oh, we got loot. Oh, I like the sound of that. Made just
確
for
かに
us.
今は法律も何も関係ないもんな。
Good point. We're pretty much beyond the law and stuff right
って
now.
ことは、何でもし放題ってことだよな。な、
Which means we can do whatever the heck we want, right? Right? See, this guy gets it.
町工事はさっきコンビニですでにやりたい放題やってただろ。
You've been doing whatever the heck you want ever since you went to the store. I am dangerously close to my desk. And the other wall.
ここって確かジムだよな。いつもめちゃくちゃ混んでて入る気もしなかったけど、今なら貸し切り。
あ、
どうだ？
I can kind of see the workout devices. That's a gym, I think. It's always so full. I never felt like going, but now we've got the place to ourselves.
ジ
Wanna
ム
go?
はいいや。
I'll pass.
なんでだよ、行こうぜジム。
Why? Come on, let's go.
行かない。そんな元気もない。
No thanks. I don't have the energy to either. The entire situation already tires me out. Heck, how does he even have the
ジ
motivation?
ムにはプールもあるぞ、ユリア。
The gym's got a pool too, Jogoku.
なんで僕を誘うんだい？
Why are you trying to pull me in now?
水着も売ってるから大丈夫だ。
They're selling swimsuits too, so it's fine.
何がどう大丈夫なんだい？泳ぎに行くにしても、町工事くんがいない時に行くよ。
Just how does that make it fine? Even if I wanted to go swimming, I'd do it when you aren't around.
そうか。残念だ。
Too bad. Eh, good try.
二階堂と桃の諸角を呼ぶか。特に諸角は。呼ぼう。
I should invite Nikaido and Momono and Morozumi. Especially Morozumi. Yeah.
おい、狙いがバレバレだぞ。
Hey, your intentions are clear as day. You need to do it more naturally, otherwise they aren't gonna take you up
みん
on it.
な誘っても来ないと思うけど、町工事くんの考えそうなこと、みんなわかってるだろうし。
Even if you call them over, I doubt any of them will come. We all know what you're thinking
そ
anyways.
んな。俺は健全な一人の男子としてだな。
No way, I'm just inviting them over with a clean and pure
や
heart.
めとけ。
Just give it up.
こういうのは責任が波及して男子全員のせいになるんだから。
You might end up dragging all the other guys down with you.
くらいまで。仕方ない。一人で行ってくる。
Too, Sakurai? Fine, I'll go myself.
行っちゃった。
Well, he's gone.
ね。どうする？
So, what now?
あいつ、多分1時間は戻ってこないよ。
I doubt he'll be back in the next hour or so.
そうだね。じゃあ僕はファンシーショップを満喫しようかな。ぬいぐるみを独り占めしてやる。
True, I'll just go enjoy myself at the fashion shops. All the plushies will be
前
mine.
もかよ。
You too. Yes, commence burgle!
僕だけじゃないよ。パティも行きたいってさ。
Not just me, Patty wants to go too. She brings up Patty, stuffed toy that she carries with her everywhere, up to her mouth.
京介くんも私とユリアと一緒に遊ぼうよ。
Kyosuke-kun, you should play with Yuria and me.
ねえ、いいでしょ？私とユリアを置いていったりしないよね。
Come on, let's go. You won't leave us,
わ
right?
かったよ。でも少しだけだぞ。
Oh, alright, but just for a while, okay? Oh.
一回やりたかったんだよ、これ。
Woohoo, I've always wanted to try this once. Where the hell are we? Have you taken everything off the shelves and just made a giant cushion pile? Hi. I don't like that one's staring at me right around the corner. Fancy? Tokyo. Fancy Tokyo. That's where we are. Oh, you can see it on the signs too.
思ったよりやりたい放題だな。
This is a lot crazier than I thought.
じゃあ行くよ。
Okay, let's
や
go.
っぱり危なくない？
Isn't this kind of dangerous? Yes.
大丈夫、大丈夫。平気だって。僕の体重が42キロで、高さが1.5メートルくらい。
Why does it feel like that it's either relevant or completely irrelevant?
位置エネルギー MGH でたとえぬいぐるみの衝撃吸収が
My potential energy in MGH will be fine considering the plushie's impact
わかった
absorption.
わかった。僕が間違ってた。
Alright, I got it. I'm still overthinking.
よろしい
Very well. She spreads her arms wide and jumps for a third time. Stuffed toys big and small fly in all directions, scattering, dancing in the air.
顔から落ちたおでこめっちゃ痛い
Yeah, you hit the floor.
顔からって。計算はどうしたんだよ。
At first, what happened to your
陽
calculations?
介くんそう辛辣に突っ込まないでよユリアは軟弱だから計算に動きがついていかなかったのよ
Kyosuke-kun, don't be so harsh. Yuria isn't very fit, so she didn't move like in her calculations.
君のご主人様はまるでお年寄りみたいだね。
Sounds like your master's already an old
も
lady.
う少し鍛えた方がいい。
Looks like it's time to start exercising.
ユリアは一日中座りっぱなしだから運動量はぬいぐるみの私といい勝負ね
Yuria is always sitting down all day. We could probably compete with how little we move. I'm always sitting down at school too, I almost retort, but I'm sure she's on a different level entirely. I can imagine her sitting down even when she's taking a break or on her days off, or just sinking into a
そ
chair.
れにしても夢みたい
This is just like a dream, though.
ここは仲間がたくさんまるで楽園ね賑やかで嬉しくなるわ
There's so many friends. It's like paradise. I'm so happy it's so lively here.
そんなにぬいぐるみ好きだったんだ。
You really like those plushies that much?
好きよだからユリアはいつだって私を持ち歩いているんじゃない
She loves them. That's why Yuri always brings me
パティ
around.
だけが好きなのかと思ってた。
I thought you only loved Patty.
もちろん私がナンバーワンでもね仲間は多ければ多いほどいいものよ
Of course I'm number one, but you know, the more the merrier, right?
ぬいぐるみをたくさん集めていずれ王国を作るのが私とユリアの夢なんだから
I want to get even more plushies and make a whole kingdom. That's me and Yuria's dream.
そうなんだ。
Is that so? Togoku is pretty short, so she looks like a mascot of sorts. I can easily imagine her hugging a stuffed toy. On the other hand, I thought she was into physics, so seeing her so worked up about stuffed toys is actually pretty
ユウ
surprising.
も昔はぬいぐるみが好きでね。
You loved plushies back then too.
部屋に行くと、どこで寝るのってくらいに、ベッドにぬいぐるみが敷き詰められてたよ。
Is this supposed to be inside thoughts? Because you're saying that. Her bed was so full that I even asked her where she
やっ
actually
ぱり東
sleeps.
国も、部屋はぬいぐるみで溢れてたりするの？
Is your room filled to bursting with them too?
いやそんなことないよ
No, not really.
パティの一体だけだよ
It's just Patty.
そっか。
I see.
欲しいものたくさんあるんだけどねなかなか買ってもらえないんだ
I've got a ton of stuff I want, but I just couldn't get Dad to buy them for me.
そろそろ町工事、戻ってきてもいい頃だよな。
It's about time for him to get back, though. Yeah, he should be in there. I'm just making sure there's not, like, a bloody handprint up there or something. Do a once-over looking for... I'm just going to refer to Lo as the Goblin, just because he's hiding and I don't know where. And I don't believe he's actually dead.
あれから2時間は経ってるね
It's been 2 hours since we split up.
荷物は放置されてるから、まだ中だと思うんだけど。
His stuff's just lying here, so he's probably still inside. Suddenly I hear a voice from above us.
ようお待たせ今からそっち行く
Yo, sorry I'm late. I'm on my way. Where are your clothes? Started by Machikochi's voice coming from the gym's window above. Togoku looks up, then back down, hiding her face with Patty.
どうした
What's up?
出てくるときは服を着ろよ。東国がフリーズしちゃっただろうが。
At least put a shirt on. Togoku looks like her brain just crashed.
悪い悪い
Oops, my bad. He attempted to desert... he's adapted to this deserted world way too quickly. Where did you get a table?
どうしたんだ
What's with the table? Tables. Looking for the goblin real quick. Everyone's here.
いや、そこにいいのがあったんだよね。運ぶの苦労したよ。
Well, we just found it, and it was so nice. It was so much trouble to bring it in. Kamiya points someplace with his thumb. It's a Tokyo building. Which one? Well, his build is on the slimmer side, and Morozumi being a girl, they did had a hell of a time bringing it over, I'm sure. The others come back from their expeditions, placing all sorts of snacks and chocolates on the table. It's like some cheap imitation of a party.
外で飲食っていうのもどうかと思ったんだけど、ここにいれば街の変化がよくわかるからね。
It's a little awkward to be eating outside, but we can at least track the changes in town more easily here.
さあ、みんな紙コップを持って。
Alright, does everyone have a paper cup?
どうやら俺たちはクロノス空間。
Do I have a cup?
誰もいない。
No.
止まってしまった渋谷に取り残されているらしい。
Alright, it looks like we found ourselves in this Chrono space. It's deserted, like time is frozen, and we're all alone.
鏡の壁やあのメッセージ。不穏なものが多い。
With that mirror wall and that message on the billboard, it's certainly unsettling. Is that still up there? No. Was it that? Oh, I feel like it was that one.
きっとみんな自分で思っているより不安だろうし、怖いと思う。
I'm sure you're all more worried than I imagine. Afraid
これ
even.
からのことを考えると、俺も頭が真っ白になりそうだ。
My mind is completely blank, trying to think of what we should do next. We're worried, alright. What's going on? What should we do now? We're completely lost. We're so in the dark doesn't even feel real. The trip to the convenience store and back helped to drive the point that there really isn't anyone else here, and I'm slowly beginning to accept the situation. The further we delve into this, the more things that are there that need consideration. If this is the same as the Balashikiha incident, there's someone who serves as the trigger. That keeps this space running, and until that person is gone, then we're going to stay trapped in here indefinitely. I am dead. Who killed me? But who exactly was killed, and who was the killer? I hate that I'm actually doubting someone here.
考えてみてくれ。
But, just think,
俺たちは一人じゃない。
we're not alone.
みんながいる。
We have each
し
other.
かも幼馴染のみんなだ。
Our friends from childhood.
最近は忙しかったせいか、みんなで集まることもなかったけれど、
We've all been so busy one way or another that we haven't met.
いつだって8人揃えば何だってできた。
But with the 8 of us together, we could accomplish
先
anything.
生の迷子の犬を見つけ出したのはこの8人だ。
Who managed to find Sato Sensei's lost dog? Us.
屋上遊園地が潰れるのを回避させたのもこの8人だ。
Who kept the rooftop amusement park from closing? Us.
渋谷で犯行を繰り返していたひったくり犯を捕まえたのだってこの8人だ。
Who caught the Shibuya serial petty thief?
俺たち
Us.
が揃えば何だってできる。
United, we can do anything. Memories of our elementary escapades resurface one after the other.
お前はいつだって話が長い。変わんないな、そういうとこ。
You always talk way too much. That part of you never changes. The scene was just so funny I couldn't hold my laughter back. It spreads to Momono and Kageyama, who likewise laugh, along with Kamiya, Mozumi, and Majikoji.
今日は同窓会ってことで
Today's our reunion.
幼馴染たちに乾杯。
Cheers to our longtime friends. Nikaido and Sugoku remain stoic to the end, instead staying quiet. At Kamiya's suggestion, we all cook together.
共同作業して一体感を作った方がいいからね。
Doing something together helps to create that sense of fellowship. Or so he said. Tonight's menu is the classic staple curry. So first off, division of labor. Momono and Nikaido are in charge of peeling. Kamiya and Wazumi go to fetch the necessary tools while Machikoji and Togoku prepare the soup and the salad. Kageyama, observant as he is, will go around helping everyone as needed. Meanwhile, I'm in charge of washing carrots and potatoes. It's interesting that you can see everyone's personalities when cooking.
よし、ユリア、腹抱えて笑えるような面白いスープ作ろうぜ。ブルーハワイカラーなんてどうだ？
Okay, Yuria, let's make a really cool looking soup that'll make you laugh your head off. How about doing it in a blue Hawaiian color?
相変わらず君の意見には論理性のかけらすら感じられないが、その好奇心と探求心には感心しないこともない。
Your arguments haven't an iota of sense as always, but your spirit and curiosity for adventure are definitely something.
よし、僕に任せなよ。僕にかかれば見た目も味も自由自在だ。あ、爆発させる？
Alright, just leave it to me. I can have the soup taste or look like anything you want. Ah, do you want it to explode too?
いいなそれ。カレーライス危機一髪。映画撮ろうぜ。
Oh, that's great. Curry rice in the nick of time. Let's make a movie. The atmosphere in our makeshift kitchen lightens up thanks to the playfulness and curiosity. Kageyama might have foreseen that, which is why he brought them together for the convenience store run. Please, no blue Hawaiian or explosions in my soup, though.
桜井くん、食材を洗うならこのスポンジ使って。目が細かいから泥が落ちやすいよ。
Sakura-kun, here, use the sponge to wash the vegetables. It's much better as an abrasive to scrub the dirt off. As I'm struggling with getting the vegetables clean, Kageyama pops in and hands me a
あり
sponge.
がとう影山。
Ha, thanks Kageyama.
さすがの気遣いだな。
Consider it as always.
僕ってこれくらいしかできないから。
It's nothing. This is really all I could do, honestly. Keeping the stove's heart in check, chilling the onions to keep them from making you cry as you cut. Or finding nice tableware for the girls. Kageyama always does these important behind-the-scenes jobs. Does that actually make onions not make you cry? After I finish rinsing the vegetables, I hand them off to the peeling station. Looking at the table, you and Nikaido are working side by side. You talk to Nikaido with a smile, but when Nikaido being herself doesn't look back, just mumbling something in reply every so often. It feels kind of awkward, but no, I guess Nikaido's always been that way. I approach the table and glance at their work.
あれ？京介早いね。もう洗っちゃったの？
Oh, Kyosuke, that was fast. You're already
まあ
done?
ね。
Pretty much. I freeze in place, witnessing Nikaido's work. As she places the potato on the chopping board, swing the knife down with a slam, cutting the potato in two. To her side is a pile of potato cubes.
そうじゃないよって言ってるんだけどね。
I've been telling her that's not how it's
二
done.
階堂、これ何してるんだ？
Nikaido, the fuck you doing?
皮むきだけど。
Peeling.
皮むき？
You call that peeling? But half the potato is still stuck on the skin and she just
もし
peeled.
かして二階堂って料理したことない？
Have you, like, never cooked
皮
before?
はちゃんと消えているはずよ。
There's no more skin left, is there? No, she should have learned this in home ec, though. I wonder what
ど
happened.
うしてこんな大胆な皮むきを？
What's with this wild style of peeling?
でも、じゃがいもには目があるって言うから。
Well, potatoes have those eyes, too. What the?
目だけ取り除けばいいんだよ。
You just have to dig those
カ
out.
レンちゃん、そうするんじゃなくてね。こうやって。
Karen-chan, that's not how you do it. It's like this.
そっちの方法も試そうとしていたところよ。
I was gonna try that way, too. Nikaido takes another potato, lays it on the board, and sends her knife flying down again, cutting yet another cube. Turning it into yet another
真似す
cube.
る気ないだろ。
You're not even trying, are you? Laying it on the board is it already flat out wrong.
あなたたち、何してるんですか？
What are you doing?
なかなか
Your knee is clipping the
前衛
table.
的な切り方だね。
Pretty avant-garde way of peeling a potato.
二階堂さん、ほら、貸してください。
Excuse me, Nikaido-san, can I borrow
これ
that?
は私の仕事だし。
This is my job.
そんなこと気にしなくていいんです。 美味しいカレーを作ることが目的でしょ。
Don't worry about it. The goal here is to make good curry,
分
yes?
かったわ。
Alright then. She hands the knife to Morizumi and trades places with her.
大丈夫か？
Hey, are you gonna be okay? Morizumi looks like she'd end up churning out cubes herself.
見ててください。
Oh, just watch.
え、早っ！
Eh, that was fast.
ちゃんす
Hi, Chan, that's so
ごい。
cool.
たちに毎日料理をしているので、これくらい当然です。
I'm always cooking for my little brothers. This is
諸
nothing.
角の手さばきはいつ見ても惚れ惚れするな。
It always amazes me to see Morozumi's skills. Truly fascinating.
そんなことはないです。普通です。
It's nothing. This much is normal. When Kamiya compliments her, she looks to the side, her cheeks blushing. And despite that, she still continues to peel potatoes. She can do it without even looking?
私もあれくらいできる。
I can do that too.
やめとけ二階堂。オチは見えてる。
Just give it up, Nikaido. We already know how it'll turn out. Seeing a different side to everyone through cooking together has helped calm the group's tension somewhat. Still looks like Kamiya's plan to help us gel better has worked better than expected. Yu then calls out to the group.
さて、お料理も一段落ついてきたし、そろそろ撮影タイムを始めるよ。みんないい顔撮らせてね。
Okay, now that the food's already on, I'm gonna start taking photos. Give me your best smiles, okay? Looks like her primal urges as a photographer are burning. I'll just take a picture of him. They're over there. Now that I think about it, since Yu was a little kid, she's always stuck a digicam in her pocket and took photos of us.
撮れた。今日はこのくらいにしておくかな。充電器もないし、バッテリー節約しておかないと。
Phew, that was a lot of photos. I guess that's enough for today. I don't have a charger either, so I need to save
バ
battery.
ッテリーならそこらから調達してくればいいじゃないか。ここは渋谷だ。家電量販店なんていくらでもある。
If you need another battery, then just find another lying around. We're in Shibuya. There are countless electronic stores here.
そうだね。さすがゆりあちゃん天才。
Oh yeah, you're right. You're a genius, Yuria-chan.
よし。どうせならビデオカメラとかもいっぱい撮ってきちゃおっと。みんな
Might as-
待っててね。
I might as well grab a video camera and take a bunch of videos too. Just wait right here. Yes, burgle! Steal everything! Yu dashes off. Her earlier anxiety nowhere to be found. Is she gonna find something horrible? I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop and something horrible just happen. Oh. Time has passed. Now doing another check for the Oh, I'm sitting at a table with them. Another check for the goblin. Oh. Wait. If we're in a reflective dome, how is there a sunset? We all chatted up, talking about the old times as we feast on curry. Everyone's still the same. I mean, of course they haven't changed somehow. But now I'm sure that deep inside, they're still the same. It's like we're making up for the time we spent in middle school and high school. Although I can't leave Shibuya to return to my own home, we've managed to carve a little niche of our own here. Alright, Togoku's place actually is in Shibuya. Does she not want to head back home? As the thought crosses my mind, Togoku just happens to come over, chair in hand.
隣いいかな。
Hello there, can I sit here?
みんなと話したか？
Sure, did you get to talk with everyone?
話したよ。懐かしいね。
I sure did. It sure brought back
全
memories.
くね。もうずっと集まってなかったから。
Dang right it did. It's been so long since the gang got back together.
集まってないどころか、僕は他の7人とずっと会話をしてなかったような気がするよ。
Not just that, it feels like I've never really talked with anyone else here in
僕
forever.
は忙しいみたいだもんな。今だって論文みたいなのを執筆してるんだろ？
You look super busy and stuff. Heck, you're in the middle of writing a paper, right?
まあね。進捗はそんな芳しくない。
I guess, not much progress there, though.
早くあの論文仕上げなきゃな。次もその次の論文だってもうテーマが決まってるんだ。
I need to finish that one already, but now that I've already got ideas for the next 2
そう
papers.
なのか？忙しいな。
Really? Man, you're really busy, huh? I have no idea how much effort it takes to write even a single one. And I doubt the other 6 do either. Togoku doesn't vent those frustrations of hers out to anyone. Instead, she's just smiling and cracking weird jokes, as she always has been. Among all 8 of us, I'm sure Togoku is the one who's changed the least. I don't mean her small stature or her baby face, but her personality inside hasn't changed. And it's not that she's grown, I'm sure she's matured from when she was younger.
書かなきゃいけないんだ。書いて書いて書いて書いてずっと書いて誰よりも書いて。
I need to write, write, and write, and write, and write. No, more than anyone
一
else.
番にならなきゃいけないんだよ。僕が勝負できるのはスピードぐらいなものだから。
I need to be at the top. The only thing I can really compete on is speed.
そんなに書かなきゃいけないのか？
Do you really need to write that
書
much?
かなきゃいけないんだよ。
I have to.
どうして？
Why?
物理が好きだから？
Because you like physics?
違う。好きなのはあるけど、でも自分に価値があると証明するためかな。
Not quite. Sure, I like it, but it's because I want to show that I have worth. Togoku's worth? I doubt writing papers is going to change that. She's got real achievements under her belt, and is recognized for
君
them.
はいつだって必要とされているじゃないか。
You're always needed.
価値があるよ。なんかすごい賞を取ってただろ。
You have worth. You even got a really big prize,
だ
right?
からって一番なわけじゃないよ。僕よりすごい人なんてたくさんいる。
Still, that doesn't mean I'm number one. There are so many people greater than
活
I
路を
am.
見出してくれてたのはいつだって東国だったじゃないか。
You're always the one showing us the
君がい
way.
なかったら僕らは今こうしてないかもしれない。
If you weren't here, if you weren't here with us, who knows what we would be doing right now?
ありがとう。そんなことを言ってくれるのは桜井くんだけだよ。
Thanks. You're about the only one who'd ever say that to me. I told her the truth, but it seems like it didn't have an effect on her. Having Togoku around puts most of us at ease, so much so that we reflexively think it'll be okay as long as she's with us. There isn't a problem she can't solve.
桜井くんは帰りたい？
Hey, Sakura-kun, do you want to go back home? Huh?
元の世界に、自宅に帰りたい？
Do you want to return to our original world, to your
そ
home?
りゃもちろん。
Well, yeah, I do. This strange, incomprehensible world has been nothing but scary for me. I've managed to remain calm because everyone else was here with me, but I want to go home as soon as possible. But the truth is, I've had this thought as well. To go back to our original world, that means getting rid of the killer, right? And unrealistic as it sounds, the thought of us is so violent that I've been putting off my
帰
mind.
りたいよ。早く自分のベッドで休みたい。
I want to go back home. I want to sleep in my own bed.
テストがないのはいいかもしれないけど。
Well, I guess it's not that there's no exams, though.
確かに。帰りたいよね。僕も帰りたい。早く帰りたい。1秒でも早く帰りたいんだ。
True that. Well, of course you'd want to go back. I do too, as soon as I can, even a
そ
second
んな
sooner.
に急いでるのか？
Are you that in a rush?
急いでるよ。1秒経つごとに僕は価値を失っていってる。
Of course I am. My value drops with every second that ticks by. Stop saying stuff like that. You're fantastic. Her words sound like grievances, and so did her sentiments before that. They're completely unlike
僕が
her.
いない間、僕がいた場所に少しずつ誰かが入ってくるんだ。
While I'm not around, someone will begin to creep into my own
思うよ
space.
りもそのスピードは速くて、あっという間に僕の居場所はなくなっちゃう。
And much faster than you'd think. I lose my own place if in no time at
だ
all.
から早く帰らなきゃいけないんだ。時間が経ってから帰ったってしょうがない。
That's why I need to hurry and return. The sooner the
そ
better.
れは極端な気もするけどね。
That's pretty extreme. It's not that I don't see where Togoku's coming from either. The 8 of us used to always be together, to the point that we thought we didn't need any other friends. But eventually it stopped being always just the 8 of us, and new friends began to fill the rift that
帰
formed.
りたいなら、こうやってごまかしてないで、ちゃんと向かい合うべきだよ。
If we want to go home, then we need to stop fooling ourselves and face the situation head on.
任す？
fooling
神
ourselves?
谷君の作戦のうちなんだろうね。
It's part of
みんなの不安を取り除いて、あのメッセージから目を背けさせようとしている。
It's part of Kamiya-kun's strategy. He's trying to get rid everyone of their anxieties and keep them from thinking about that
作
message.
戦って神谷はみんなのことを落ち着けようとしてるだけだろ。
Strategy? Kamiya's just trying to get everyone to calm down,
考
right?
えすぎじゃないか。
Maybe we're reading into it too deep?
いや、クロノス世界に来てからの神谷君はどこかおかしい。
No, ever since coming to Chronos World, Kamiya-kun's been acting strange.
普段の彼ならこんな状況では真っ先に犯人探しを始めるはずだよ。
If it were the usual him, he'd be the very first to propose finding the
幼
killer.
馴染を疑いたくはないけど、状況を打破するためには仕方がないからねとか言ってさ。
He'd say, I don't want to cast doubt on my old friends, but it's an inevitable ability for us to break out of the situation, or something along those lines. Actually, now that she mentions it, Kamiya would normally do anything to achieve his goals, even if it meant the sacrifice here and there. It's a politician's job to weed out the rotten fruit. That's what he said some time ago. The rotten fruit in this case being the
で
killer.
もあれはごまかしてるわけじゃない。
But how's that fooling
まず
anyone?
はみんなを冷静にさせて、それから先のことを考えようとしてるんだよ。多分。
He's just trying to get us to calm down and collect ourselves first, so we think about what to do after, I
無
think.
駄はすぐに切らないと。だらだらと体につけとくと、ヒルみたいに血を吸われちゃうんだ。
We have to cut out what's unnecessary. Let it linger in you, and it'll suck your blood out like a leech.
ヒルを取るタイミングを逸してしまう。
And before you know it, you'll have lost the chance to get rid of that
そこで
leech.
桜井君、僕から君に一つお願いがあるんだけど、聞いてくれるかい？
That said, Sakura-kun, I have a favor to ask. Could you hear me out? A favor?
うん。みんなに向けて、いち早く脱出の方法を考えるべきだと高らかに宣言してくれないか？
Yep, could you go over to everyone and shout at the top of your lungs, I want to know the fastest way to get out of
神
here.
谷君の代わりに、君にこの場の推進役を担ってほしいんだよ。
Rather than Kamiya-kun, I want you to take charge of the situation here. You want me
い
to?
や、僕は人の前に立つような柄じゃないよ。
I'm not the kind of person who
柄
leads.
じゃない？いやいや、何を言っているんだよ。昔は君こそが僕らのリーダーだったじゃないか。
Not the kind of person. Oh, come on now. You were a leader not so long ago. Eh? Actually, now she mentions that I think I did take on that role. I can't even do anything, but I ended up as a leader of the group. Despite Kamiya being far more capable than I am, I was there bossing everyone around. How'd I even manage that, I wonder? Just where did my vitality and spunk as a kid come from? I can't
いや
remember.
今の僕はそういう柄じゃないから。
No, the way I am right now, that's not me.
それにこの空気を壊したく
And
な
I
い。
don't want to ruin the mood.
そうか。それなら仕方ないな。神谷君も桜井君もやらないなら、僕が推進役をやろうじゃないか。
I see. Well, no helping it then. If neither you or Kamiya-kun will take the reins, then I'll have to do it
は
myself.
い、みんな注目。
Alright, everyone, listen up.
おい、なんだよ、いいとこだったのに。
Oh, he does not look happy. He looks scared. He doesn't look happy. I think she's just looking at him. Actually, she's kind of giving a stare at her down too. Aw, come on, I was at the really good part. I have a bad feeling about
みんな
this.
帰りたい？
Do you all want to go back home? Of course we want to go back home. But there's the matter of that message. Combining it with Toku's story about the Balashikiha incident, there's only one inevitable conclusion. And everyone knows it. That's exactly why no one wanted to save
まあ
him.
まあ東国、その話は明日にしよう。
Now, Togoku, let's handle that
先
tomorrow.
延ばしにしても不安を煽るだけじゃないかな。
Putting off is only going to make everyone even more
今日は
anxious.
みんなよくわからない状況で緊張状態が続いたんだ。
Everyone here is uneasy, thrust into an unfamiliar
精
situation.
神をリラックスさせるのがまずは大事だと思うよ。
I think it's more important to get everyone to mentally relax first. Though Kaguya managed to take control, he isn't speaking as eloquently as usual. As a charismatic leader who prioritized quick decisions and actions, his assertiveness was nowhere to be found. And Goku, sensing that his usual decisiveness was lacking, decided to act on him. Our food is limited. And so is our water. This world has a wall. Our resources aren't unlimited. How many stores are in Shibuya? We can't just stay here indefinitely. Conflict will be inevitable. Conflict. My hairs stand on end at the word. Conflict between the 8 of us. When the food runs low, you're bound to think of only yourself. That's an inescapable outcome. We can eat comfortably for, at best, 2 months. It's going to start getting rough from here. Everyone can tell from the mood is already souring, and no one can contest her claims either, because Goku is always right. Do you all see the situation we're in now? If so, then we'll need to start looking for how to escape this place starting tomorrow. There's a ton of work to do, pooling all our information, discussing how this world functions, and everything in between. Oh. Oh no. Stay the fuck away from me. Last time you were here, you choked me. You fucking goblin. Shit. Wait, am I the dead guy? Is that the twist that I'm dead and Lo killed me? I'm completely lost and unable to figure out where I am for a moment, then quickly recall yesterday's events. Right, the 8 of us are trapped in a deserted Shibuya and we're sleeping in a nearby business hotel that Kamiya found us. I had a terrible nightmare and I was pushed from the edge of a building. Huh? That's right, I totally forgotten about it after meeting up with everyone, but Lo also exists in this world. He isn't one of my childhood friends, but an outside factor. No one else seemed to have mentioned Lo, so I suppose I'm the only one who have met him. Why has he only shown himself to me? Is there something sort of reason I ought to suspect him for? We agreed to assemble at the scramble at 8. There's still some time left, but I don't already have anything to do here, so I decided to get going. You're pretty early, says the 3 people who are early. Is it just those 4? Looking for the goblin real quick. Stop tossing me off that damn building, Lo. You're pretty early. You, Kageyama, and Moizumi are already at the scramble. I couldn't sleep very well. Me too, I was thinking about stuff. Moizumi had a notebook and textbook flipped open. Looks like she's studying. Studying even at a time like this? This situation is especially why I'm studying. I heard that she even studied during school outings. She absolutely refuses to step out of her daily routine, it seems. As I watch her study for a full 2 hours, everyone else slowly trickles in. Okay, everyone's still here. Machikoji is the last around 10 minutes late, and we finally assembled. Man, I can't believe y'all can get up that early. Don't be silly, you go to school every day, don't you? The only ones talking are Machikoshi in Machikoji's immediate vicinity. The rest of us are just quiet, observing Goku and Kamiya. Last night, Goku and Kamiya butted heads a little. The former ended up forcing her way through, and Kamiya called it a night, as if nothing had happened. Would we take things Will we take things peacefully or go all out fighting the killer? We're still not sure what direction we're taking.
ちょっといいかな。
Can I say something? If I'm gonna say it, now's the
どう
time.
した？
What is
言う
it?
タイミングを失ってたんだけど、実はみんな以外に一人この世界で会った人がいるんだ。
I wasn't able to say it earlier, but apart from everyone here, there's one more person I met in this world.
そうだったの？
Yeah, really?
それは誰？
Who was it?
ローって言ってた。
He said his name was
僕
Lo.
は知らないけど、
I don't
相
know.
手は僕の友達だって言ってたよ。
I don't know him, but he said he was my friend. Oh, I am putting a fucking target on my back.
ロー？知らないな。
Lo, I don't know him. Lo? While everyone else is tilting their head in thought, Nikaido reacts in a clearly different way. She narrows her eyes and flutters her
二階
eyelids.
堂、ローが誰か知ってるのか？
Nikaido, you know who that Lo person is?
知らない。
I
で
don't.
も
But
知らない。
I don't.
ちょっとカレンちゃん、そんなに怒ることないでしょ？
Hey, Karen-chan, you don't have to go that far, you
やめ
know?
ろ、ユウ。いいんだ。
Enough, you. It's
悪
fine.
かった二階堂。追求みたいなことをして。
Sorry, Nikaido. I didn't mean to force the issue.
私もやりすぎたわ。
No, I went too far as well. Nikaido knows something about him, that's for sure, but I can't pursue the matter any
ロー
further.
ってどんなやつなんだ？
What was Lo like?
僕らと同じ制服着てる普通の男子だよ。
He's just a guy wearing the same uniform
背
as
丈は
us.
僕くらいで、やたら攻撃的な口調だったかな。
Around us tells me and has a pretty aggressive tone of
怪
voice.
しいな。
Now that's suspicious.
僕も襟をつかまれたり、だいぶ絡まれたよ。
He also grabbed me by the collar, tried to rough me up.
そっか。
I see.
今日はみんなで調査をしたいと思うんだ。
I've been thinking of surveying the area.
昨晩東国が言っていたように、各々の情報や考えを持ち寄るのも大切だけど、俺たち以外にも誰かがいるというなら放っておくわけにはいかない。
It's important to pool our information, just as Tokugu said last night, but if there's someone else in this world, then we can't leave that
そ
be.
れに食料の量やインフラの有無についても早めに把握しておかないと。
Plus, we need to ascertain our food stores and get a grasp of what parts of the city's infrastructure are still
そうで
functioning.
すね。それがいいと思います。生存において何よりも大切なのはまず水と食料、そして電気とガスですから。
Yes, I concur. Water and food are most crucial for survival. Next would be electricity and gas. That makes sense. Plus, I do want to see that mirror wall and get an idea of what the entirety of what a Shibuya is like. More so considering there's someone else here.
そっか。犯人が隠れてるってこともあり得るもんな。
Oh, right, the killer could be hiding too, huh? Though his comment was just an idle whisper, everyone hears it clearly as day. Huh? Talking about the killer was taboo, the topic being too delicate for anyone but to Goku to even broach. So I'm just noticing this. He's staring me down. Right? Yeah, no, he's not looking at him or anyone else. He's looking at me. Kageyama, why are you staring me down?
それは外に出るための調査もしていいってことかな。
Does this survey also include finding ways to get out of this
も
place?
ちろん。何にせよ、まずは調査が必要だ。
Of course, at any rate, a survey is what is needed.
わかった。それがいいね。
Alright, that sounds good. The tensions from the air dissipates. It's a relief to see that Kageyama and Togoku aren't butting heads
その
again.
前に、このクロノス世界について昨夜まとめたから、ざっと説明しておくね。
Before that, here's a summary of what I learned about the Chronos World last
クロ
night.
ノス世界はミッションを課せられた世界。
The
僕たちはそのミッションをこなさなくてはいけない。
The Chronos World exists with a mission in mind. We need to clear that
クリア
mission.
することで、この世界を脱出することができる。これが基本ね。
By doing so, we can escape this world. Those are the
昨
basics.
日いろいろ確かめたけど、ホテルの機能に問題はない。電気もガスも水も使える。
From what I've looked into yesterday, the hotels seem to be running. The power, gas, and water are all functioning.
他の場所は使えたり使えなかったり。これはつまり世界が僕たちを生かしているってことになる。
The rest of the facilities are somewhat iffy, with some working and some not. Basically, this world is functioning just enough for us to survive. This world intends for us to clear that mission. That's why we're trapped inside. And the world's been shut up for us to do so, is what she's getting
だ
at.
から急に飢餓に陥るとかそういうことはない。昨日は不安を煽るようなことを言っちゃったけど、その点は安心して。
Hence, we won't be experiencing any sudden shortages of food. I know it was threatening otherwise yesterday, but don't worry about it. Oh, where are you going off to? We split up into 4 teams of 2 and investigate towards the north, east, west, and south on our own. We split up into the following: Nikaido and you, Kamiya and Kageyama, Machikoji and Moizumi, and me and Togoku. The 2 of us are to check the south of the scramble, the residential part of town. Oh, hey. Well, there's the mirror. No goblin. Before us stands a large mirror. It doesn't feel particularly intimidating. Maybe because it's a mirror?
本当に鏡だ。
It really is a mirror. But it extends far, far up, maybe all the way up into space. I doubt we can even try to scale this. It's not going to break.
これは言うなれば世界の橋。
In other words, this is, in other words, the end of the world.
神秘的だね。こんな物理法則を超えたものが存在するなんて。
It's almost just mystical, isn't it? That something beyond the laws of physics like this
東
exists?
国でも驚く？
Even you're
もち
surprised?
ろん、君は僕のことを何だと思ってるのかな。
Of course I am. What do you take me
天
for?
才。
A genius?
天才ね。
A genius, eh? She repeats the word, perhaps with some sort of hidden meaning to it. We're at the southwest corner of the city. Ideally, we would have liked to sweep all the way through the southeast
一
corner.
回この鏡を右手にして南東まで行こう。結果的に南エリアを全部見られれば問題ないでしょ。
I'd like to keep one hand on this mirror as we walk to the southeast. Technically, we'll be able to check out the entire south of the city this
了
way.
解。
Gotcha. Yeah, check for seams and such. You're not putting your hand on it. I can't turn Togoku's suggestion down either because in a way I do have great faith in her. Walking down this way with the mirror on one side makes it look like we're walking right down the middle of a perfectly symmetrical town. And no matter how far we journey, despite having gone so far, we'll still be trapped within this mirrored county. As we walk along the mirror, Togoku ahead of me speaks up. Where's the mirror? I see not.
さっき僕のこと天才って言ってたけど、
You said I was a genius just now. Yeah?
僕は天才なんかじゃないよ。
But I'm not a genius at all.
東国が天才じゃなかったら僕はどうなっちゃうんだよ。
If you aren't a genius, then what'd that make me?
東国がいなきゃ僕らは何もわからないままだった。
And if you weren't here, then we'd all still be in the dark. Unlike how I was totally bewildered after arriving here, she was able to pick up on the very small clues and hints that managed to figure out parts of how this world functions. The difference in our abilities is clear as
単
day.
に僕が情報の整理に慣れていたってだけの話だよ。
All that means is I'm used to putting together bits of information.
いや、慣れどころの話じゃない。頭の作りが根本から違うとしか思えない。
No way, it's not just being used to it, it's like your brain is built a different way.
単純に時間の使い方だと思うんだよ。桜井くんはいろんなことをしていた。
Maybe it just boils down to how you use your time. Sakura-kun, you do all sorts
そ
of
の間
things.
僕は物理だけしてた。それだけなんじゃないかな。
Meanwhile, me, all I do is physics. I think that's really it.
もう、
Well,
でも僕が東国と同じような時間の使い方をしてたとして、東国に慣れたかというと、そうじゃないと思うんだよな。
even if I spent my time like how you did, I don't think that means I'd end up being like
そ
you
んなこ
either.
とないさ。やってみなきゃわからないよ。
Oh, that's not true. You won't know until you try. She's got a point. I have no right to make those excuses to her when I haven't even tried it myself.
この辺までだね。
This is as far as we get. Having walked this far, there's a few things we've
壁の
confirmed.
形状は円形と。
The wall is circular then. The mirror wall has a very mild concave curve. It seems to encircle the entirety of Shibuya.
他の人はいなかったね。
There's no one else around either.
誰かいてもおかしくないのに。
It wouldn't be weird if there were others around, though. I thought to try and meet Lo myself in secret since there's a ton of questions I want to ask him. Well, even if I don't bump into him, someone else will, I'm sure.
あ、
For a brief moment, I catch Goku looking up at a condominium. What are you looking at? Oh, you... Turn me around. One of the fairly tall buildings close by Shibuya Station. Definitely one of those luxury units, one my family could never hope to afford. I've seen it before. Ah, now I remember.
ここ、東国の家だったな。
Alright, that's your house, isn't it? Among all of us, Togoku is the only one whose house is in Shibuya. Her father is a high-ranked physicist, and her family is pretty well off. Although we intended to go home earlier, it's not possible because the trains aren't running. However, Togoku can actually go
一
home.
応確認してみるか。
Do you want to check?
いや、大丈夫。
No, I'm fine.
そうか。時間はまだ全然平気だよ。
Really? We still have a ton of time.
大丈夫。ありがとう。
No, really. It's okay,
僕
thanks.
がどうしてみんなと一緒にホテルで暮らしてると思う。
Why do you think I'm staying with everyone else in the hotel? Huh?
いや、なんでもない。
No, it's nothing. I can make even less sense of her thoughts than usual. I mean, I never really do understand what she's thinking, but she's particularly restless this time around. We're returning to our world. She's thinking of the fastest way to get back to our world. In other words, if we find the culprit responsible for killing someone and dealing with them. I can't imagine anyone among us eight be a murderer. I refuse to believe it. But does Togoku think the same? Is she smiling at me all the while wondering whether I'm the killer or
どう
not?
かした？
What's wrong?
その
No,
元の世界に帰りたいって言ってたよな。
you said you wanted to go back to the real world, right?
そうだね。それはやっぱりみんなそうなんじゃないのかな。
Yeah, I did. Who
そ
wouldn't?
れはもちろんそうだけど。でも、信じられないでいるんだ。
Well, yeah, sure, but I still can't believe
何
it.
を？
Believe
この
what?
空間のどこかに人殺しがいることが。
That someone somewhere here is a murderer.
東国は
What do you
どう思っ
think?
てるんだ？
Togoku doesn't answer. She just stays there observing me. I remember her. I know those eyes of her. That testing gaze.
疑ってるのか？
Do you suspect me?
ああ、いや、
No?
そうじゃないよ。ちょっと考え事しててね。考え事してる時の顔ってどうやら怖いらしくて。ごめんね。
That's not it. I was just lost in thought. Apparently I make a pretty scary face when I'm thinking. Sorry about that.
そうなのか。こちらこそごめん。
I see. Sorry too.
僕は誰かが人を殺したと思ってる。
I do think that someone killed a person. Killed. That's a shock to hear Togoku say that. She can't be wrong. Which means that if she thinks that, then there really is a
ね
killer.
え、おかしいと思わない？
Don't you find it strange?
何が？
Find what strange?
あんなに仲の良かった僕たちがどうして集まらなくなったのか。その理由がわからない。
We all got along so well. Why did we stop gathering together? It makes no
それは
sense.
学年が上がってみんながそれぞれ忙しくなったから。
Because we all got busy the further we got into
そ
school.
うじゃない。
That's not it. Eh?
みんなそれぞれの事情はあった。それでも8人で集まってた。
We all had our own circumstances, but the eight of us still managed to
み
meet.
んな同じ中学、高校に行ったのに、極端に接触しなくなったでしょ。
And then, despite being in the same middle school and high school, we completely fell out of
少
contact.
なくとも僕は中学の途中から君たちと会話した覚えが一度もない。
At the very least, I don't remember having even a single conversation with you since middle
それは
school.
やっぱりおかしい。
That's just absurd.
それは
Well, when she points out the very discrepancy I'd always kept in mind, I find myself at a
僕らは
loss.
何かを忘れている。前にもちょっと言ったろ。
We had all forgotten something. I mentioned it, a bit of it before, right?
この世界ではミッション遂行に余分なものは省かれる。
Anything that isn't essential to the mission is culled from this
な
world.
ら記憶すら例外じゃない。
Memories may not be out of question either.
僕らが最初から殺人犯と被害者の記憶を持っていたらミッションそのものが成り立たないから、世界はそれにまつわる記憶を抜き取ったんだよ。
If we knew who the killer and the victim were from the get-go, then the mission would fall flat. And so this world pulled out those memories of
忘
ours.
れてる。
Forgetting something. Since middle school, my interactions with everyone else had dropped drastically. Though I was always with you as usual, I hadn't even spoken once to anyone else. Even if we were in the same class, seated beside each other. That is definitely strange. I don't remember anything else immediately before arriving here, so I really am forgetting something.
誰かが誰かを殺したことそのものを僕らは忘れてるんだよ。
Hence, we're all forgetting that a certain someone killed someone else.
ローがいるだろ。
Wait now, Lo exists
い
too.
やローの他にも何人か潜んでる奴らがいて、
And
そい
maybe
つら
other
が犯人なのかもしれない。
and maybe other people too. Maybe they're
い
responsible.
や、この世界におけるイレギュラーはそのロー君とやら一人だ。他にはいない。
Well, the only irregularity here is that Lo person and no one else. Okay. So potentially, if we don't remember Lo at all, could it possibly be because he was removed by one step from the group? Like, I'm just throwing this out there. What if he had, like, a sibling or something that we were all friends with and they died? So, Lo would know of us. We would potentially know of Lo. Maybe even hung out with them. But without that person who's been killed or is the killer, if that was removed from our awareness, we would also forget Lo?
どうしてだよ。
What makes you say
こ
that?
の世界はわざわざ極限まで犯人候補を絞った状態でミッションをスタートさせたんだ。
Chronos World began this mission after intentionally narrowing it down to just the
あらゆる
suspected
予言を
killers.
許さないこの世界が複数のイレギュラーの潜伏なんて許容すると思うかい？
Do you think a world that weeds out anything unnecessary would retain multiple
前提
irregularities?
としてこの世界はあくまでフェアに作られている。ミステリ小説なんかで禁じ手とされている事態は起こらない。
As a given, this world is constructed fairly. There won't be any forbidden moves like in mystery
僕らと無
novels.
関係な第三者が犯人でしたなんて興ざめな結末は用意されていないはずだ。
There isn't going to be any Deus Ex Machina where someone completely unrelated person shows up and turns out to be the real killer.
実際無関係なローが紛れ込んでいるじゃないか。
But this low guy is some unrelated guy.
僕の考えが正しければロー君はそもそもイレギュラーですらないかもしれない。
If my hypothesis is correct, then Lo might not even be an
僕
irregularity.
らと近しい人、むしろ僕らの内側と言える。
Rather, he might be someone close to us, someone on the
ど
inside.
ういうことだよ。僕はローなんて知らない。
What do you mean? I don't know that low guy at
だ
all.
から忘れてるのさ。この渋谷にどうやって来たのかを忘れているように。
Like I said, we've forgotten things, just like how we've forgotten how we even got here in
詳
Shibuya.
しく話してくれよ。
Could you tell me more?
それは確信が持ててから。
Only when I'm absolutely sure. I swallowed my words. If I try to force something out of her again, it'll probably end up something like her extinct humanity theory again. In the end, it was nothing but a theory and only served to make us even more
東
anxious.
国は犯人を見つけ出すつもりか。
Do you plan on finding the killer?
それが成功法だね。
That would be the direct approach. It looks like she's already decided herself. She intends on finding the culprit among us and dealing with them as soon as possible. A chill runs down my back. If I were ever fall in her sights, I doubt I could manage to escape no matter what I
僕は
did.
平気なのか。
Are you okay with that?
幼馴染の誰かを吊るし上げるなんて。
That you'll be putting up an old friend on the chopping block? Huh?
ああ、いやいや、違う違う。そうじゃないんだ。成功法とは言ったけど、そうするとは言ってない。
No. That's not what I meant. Sure, I said it was the most direct approach, but I never said I was going to do it.
だから、殺人者を探し出そうだなんて思ってないってこと。
I said I wasn't planning on finding the culprit.
じゃあ、どうするんだ。
Then what do you plan to do?
それはまだ考え中。正直、一刻も早く元の世界に帰りたいけど、それでも、仲間を疑うにはまだ早いからね。
I'm still weighing my option, honestly. The sooner I get home, the better, but it's still too soon to start suspecting my own friends. Right when she says friends, she looks away bashfully. I see. My tension lifts, just thinking that Togoku doesn't suspect is enough to make me feel like I've been saved.
みんなには本当に感謝してるんだ。物理しかできない面白みのない僕なんかと一緒にいてくれたのは君たちだけだった。
I'm really grateful to everyone. You're just about the only ones out there who'd give me the time of day, even when I'm just boring pile of nothing but physics.
全員連れて帰るつもりだよ。その中に犯人が潜んでいようが関係ない。
I absolutely plan on bringing everyone back home, whether or not the culprit is among
何
us.
卑屈なこと言ってるんだよ。
Enough with the
いや
self-deprecation.
ごめん。
My
昨
bad.
日からそうだけど、自分を卑下することなんかないのに。
You've been like that since yesterday. There's no way to put yourself
君
down.
が僕のことをどんな人間かと思ってるかは知らないけど、大した人間じゃないんだよ。
I really don't know what you see me as, but I'm not anything special. Stop it. I don't know why her self-esteem is that low, but I doubt there's anything I can do about it. And now that I'm at a loss on how to start the conversation again, Togoku starts laughing, seemingly
ごめん
amused.
ごめん。桜井くんを困らせてしまったね。
Sorry, I put you on the spot there, huh?
まあ要は盆栽の僕なりに仲間のために頑張るよって決意表明をしたかったのさ。
Basically, this average old me just wanted to say that I'm going to do my best for my
僕
friends.
は盆栽だけど怠け者ではないからね。
And though I may be average, I'm not lazy.
あらん限りの知力を尽くして目の前の問題に立ち向かっていくつもりだよ。
I'll rack my brains and try to figure out the problem that we're
こ
facing.
の鏡の壁だって突破してみせる。
I'm gonna break through this mirror wall. Where are you finding these things? Quick turnaround sweep for the goblin? No. Where are you finding these things? Like, good on you for immediately going the burgle route, but like, do you just have like an office supply store you know about? We wrap up our survey and return to the scramble. Now there's a whiteboard. Did Kamiya take it from the Tokyo building too?
ショップのスマホに SIM カード入れてみたんだけど全然電波拾えなかったよ。飛んでないみたい。
I found smartphones and SIM cards in the stores, but there's no signal. It doesn't look like they're working.
電気が通っていない店の食べ物は相当傷んでいたわね。
The food in stores where power isn't running is in pretty bad
まだ
shape.
食べられそうなものはできる限りホテルの冷蔵室に移しておかないと。
We need to get whatever food we can still be salvaged and put them in the hotel fridges.
他に誰かいたらと思っていろんなところにスクランブル交差点に集えってメッセージを残してみたんだけど
I spread messages saying come to the scramble intersection in case anyone else is
誰も
around,
来てないみたいだね。
but it doesn't look like anyone came. Judging by the results, there were no new discoveries made. Apart from Lo, there was no one else to be found. In terms of facilities, we only managed to confirm that Togoku had already told us. Togoku and I report our findings about the area's geography. The mirror wall encircles the area of Shibuya with a radius of about 1 kilometer's distance from the station. Although we thought our school would make a good home base, it happens to be outside the encirclement, so we aren't going to be able to get to it.
一見何もわからないようだけど、しかし現状の確認ができたね。みんな、
あ
お疲れ様。
Although it doesn't look like we've made any advancements, we've at least managed to confirm our current situation. Good work, everyone. With that, we adjourn the meeting. On the way back to the hotel, Togoku calls out to
明
me.
日から壁を突破しようと思うんだ。それで手伝ってほしいんだけど、いい？
I'm planning on trying to break through the wall tomorrow, and I want your assistance. Could you help me out?
もちろん。
Yeah, of course. I discussed the matter with Kamiya and decided to leave Togoku, and I discussed the matter with Kamiya, and we decided to have Togoku and I head out tomorrow. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I'm like, where is everybody? Can I just... Am I in chapter 3 yet? No. Holy crap, this chapter's long. Her first proposition, tunneling, in other words, digging underneath the mirror wall and crawling out from there. A nearby parkway there, where the wall crosses through the soil in the ground, so we try to dig through with shovels. With the ground as hard as it was, the two of us only managed to dig through 3 meters. Holy shit. That's deep. Next, use electric drills to bore a hole through the wall. Using portable generators, we managed to get the drills working, but we didn't even put a scratch on the wall. We tried to use heat to melt it, as well as using acid to try and get the thing to rust, both to no avail. The futility of our endeavor weighs heavily on me. Even walking is hard. Sorry, we're with someone else? Or is it I almost fell there. I thought she said, I just said it was going to be 3 of us. Still. Hey, Dagoku, why do you look so prepped up? In total contrast to my wrecked, exhausted appearance, she looked like she's floating on clouds. Why? Because that was so much fun. How could a warrior of science not enjoy themselves when conducting an experiment? You can have all the fun you want, but did you manage to find out anything about the wall? Of course I did. With all those experiments, I discovered something wonderful. It's magic bullshit. For real? Yep, I learned to know absolutely nothing about it. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Oh, come on now. That means you learned nothing. Now, Sakurai-kun. Knowing that you know nothing in itself is a vital discovery. It is a combination of your own ignorance and the world's vast mysteries that the true joy of science lies. Okay, sure, I respect your scientific curiosity for the unknown. But is that going to help us figure out how to get out of here? Well, in that regard, I'm pretty much out of ideas. Oh, jeez. All that's left is driving a car into it and blowing it up. Got it. Wait, what? I mean, what else is there? Driving a car into it? Who's driving? A brick and a stick? We'll be together in death. No! Wait, my desperate struggle goes for nothing and I end up in the car. I've already gone this far. Fine, I'll do it. Wait, what? No! Stop! Stop it! I'll give the signal when to jump, alright? No! This is a stupid idea. I'm gonna trust you on that and floor it. You sure look like you're having the time of your life. It's like we're trying to pull off a stunt. It's so cool. The more dangerous it is, the more exciting. Do you know how hurt you will get from trying this? I'm gonna make sure we pull this off. We headed back to the furniture store by the station and grabbed a mattress. Did that another time, and then designated a place for us to jump off. After that, we went to the basement parking for a nearby condominium to pick out a car. For some reason, Togoku picked a Benz. We smashed the windows and open and managed to hotwire the car and get the engine running. This is not information a normal person would have. How to hotwire a car. Togoku's in the driver's seat. I'm riding shotgun. Alright, it's time. Sakurai-kun, why do you have your seatbelt on? Force of habit. And Togoku, couldn't you go with a cheaper car? Why does it have to be a Benz of all things? Let's do this. Whoa, slow down. My heart can't take this. 3, 2, 1. Now! Right as I give the signal, Togoku and I leap out the car and land on the mattress. I screw up and let the momentum carry me too far, skidding against the asphalt, but Togoku looks to be safe. The car maintains its speed and smashes straight into the wall, sending a thunderous roar. It's gonna explode! Run!
やったか。
What the fuck? What are these mattresses? Did we do it? Don't jinx it. Or so I'm about to retort to Togoku, who is visibly delighted. Was it always like this? She'd come up with the craziest ideas and have the most fun actually putting them into action. That's Yuri Togoku. But it feels like I haven't seen that expression of hers in forever. I start to chuckle.
懐かしいな。なんか
This sure brings back memories.
何がさ。
Of what?
こんな生き生きした東国を見たのは久しぶりだよ。
It's been so long since I last saw you this
そ
alive.
うだね。なんだか久しぶりに何も考えずに遊んだ気がする。小学生以来かな。
True that. It feels like it's been forever since I played without a care in the world. Since elementary,
何
maybe?
も考えずに犠牲になったベンツ。どうすんだよ。
And what are you gonna do about the Bens you sacrificed without a care in the
元の
world?
世界に戻ったら考える。
I'll figure it out after we go to our normal world. As we're talking, the smoke finally clears. The wall is
言
still
われては
standing.
ないか。
It's still there. We just sit there for about an hour, watching the car in flames. After the fire dies down, we approach the wall and take a closer look. It's still in perfect condition, without so much as a crack on it. So it's magic bullshit. Everyone here. Kamiya compiles everyone's report and we call it for the day. And just as I'm heading back to the hotel, that Togoku talks to
物
me.
理的な破壊は無理だね。
It looks like destroying it physically isn't going to work.
難しそうだな。
It's pretty tough.
それに抜け道探しも難しい。
And finding an escape route is a real challenge.
実は今日、町工事君に地下鉄の線路をたどってもらったんだけど、その進路も壁に阻まれていたらしいんだ。
I actually had Machikoji-kun explore the subway rails, and it turns out the tunnels are blocked off by the wall.
空もダメ、地下もダメじゃ打つ手がないよ。
If going above or below doesn't help, then we're out of options. Busting the wall open is impossible, and there's no ways around it either. Maybe there really is no way to get past
壁を
it.
突破するなんて、大口を叩いておいてこのざまか。まったく、不出来な自分の頭が嫌にもなるよ。
Oh no. My headset battery's low, apparently. I bragged about figuring out a way to break through the wall, and this is where I am now. I swear, I can really hate how incapable my
不
mind
出
is.
来なんてそんな。ちょっと失敗したくらいで落ち込まないでくれ。
Incapable? No way, no need to get so hung up over
僕は
failing
天才
once.
だよ。
You're a genius, Togoku.
だから、僕は天才なんかじゃないってば。
Like I said, I'm not a
本物
genius.
と比べられたら、僕なんて住人並みの盆栽が関の山ってところだよ。
Compared to the real geniuses out there, I'm as average and mediocre as they
それ
come.
はとても信じられないな。
I really can't believe you're on
国か
that.
ら表彰されるような人より、頭のいい人がそんなにいたら困るだろ。
It's a bit hard to take that from someone who's recognized by the country as someone who's really freaking
い
smart.
るんだって。例えば、僕の妹とか。
It's true, like my little sister.
妹さん
Your
確
sister.
かに、妹さんも天才として有名だったな。
I mean, sure, she's also pretty famous for being smart.
けど、東国だって。
But that doesn't mean you're
い
not.
や、世間は僕らのことを天才姉妹なんて雑にくくっているけど、真の天才は妹だけだ。
Not at all. Society calls us the geniuses, but the truth is, the only real genius is my sister.
僕が国内で表彰されてる間、妹、ジュリーは世界で表彰されていたんだから。
I mean, sure, I might be recognized nationally, but she, Julie, is recognized by the whole
天才
world.
と盆栽の間には越えられない壁があるんだ。
There's a huge, insurmountable wall between someone average and a genius.
うちの一族で天才に値するのは妹と、それから父くらいじゃないかな。
The only ones in my family truly qualified to be called geniuses are my sister and after her, my
ジェ
father.
リーと父は家でもよく楽しそうに互いの研究分野について語り合ってるよ。
Julie and Dad often have these lively discussions at home, talking about their own fields of research.
通じ合うものがあるんだろうね。けど、僕のレベルじゃあの二人にはついていけない。
Geniuses can have eye to eye, can see eye to eye with each other, but I can't even keep up with them
天
on
才
the
たち
level.
の王国への入場パスを僕は持っていないんだ。
I don't have an entry ticket to the Kingdom of
超えること
Geniuses.
のできない境界線がそこには厳然と存在しているんだよ。
There's an absolute border, a horizon that I just cannot cross. To someone like me, Togoku may be nothing but a genius. But within her family, Yuria Togoku might not exactly be one. That's because her points of comparison are her sister, who's recognized worldwide, and her father, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist. Her father had given a talk at our school once, in middle school. I remember him speaking with him. But what exactly I forget, well, I clearly remember being awed at just how different the weight of his words was. Now I'm at a loss, unsure how to reply. How do I respond to this sort of isolation that only geniuses would understand?
そうか。そうだよ。盆栽の僕じゃ無理ならジュリーの力を借りればいいんだ。
I see, that's it. If an average Jane like me can't do anything, then I look to Julie for
天
help.
才の頭脳にかかればこの状況だってきっと打破できるはず。
I'm sure the mind of a genius can figure a way out of this situation.
こんなに簡単なことだったんだ。意地を張っていたせいで目が曇っていたらしい。
Yeah, it was so simple. My sight was clouded because I was so stubborn about figuring this out.
妹さんの力を借りる
Getting help from your sister?
でもどうするんだ
But how?
妹さんはここにいないのに
She isn't even here.
ジュリーがいなくてもジュリーの論文ならあるはずだ。
Even if she isn't here, her paper
前
should
にも
be.
言ったろ。ジュリーはバラシハ事件に興味を抱いていたって。
Like I said, she had a deep interest in the Balishikihai incident.
読めばきっとこの世界の仕組みを解き明かす鍵となる。
If I read through those, I might be able to find the key to understanding how this
そ
world
の論
works.
文はどこにあるんだ
And where are those papers
明
exactly?
日家に行って探してみるよ。
Let's go search my house tomorrow.
見つからないな
Nothing. Okay. What time is it? Okay. Well, considering that my headset is telling me, hey, turn me off, I think that this is a good place to cut it for now. So we're still in Chapter 2. Physics. Yeah. So I think that's where I'll cut it for today. So, yeah, I think that might be what it is. That Lo is separated by 1 degree, and we can't remember that degree because either they're the murderer or the victim. Most likely the victim. And I think it's going to be something crazy, like all of us were in on it. Like something happened, and like we either chose not to save someone or we all put someone in danger and they died. And that's why Lo is keeping his distance, because he knows that. As for how we're actually going to get out of this without murdering everyone, I have no idea. But yeah. Hopefully I am doing this part right. And I'm just going to... Actually, I can probably test right here. Oh, you can hear that. Okay, that's me cycling through all the things. The beeping. But yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more. And please comment on how I can do this better. I did ask some people how to fix the vision. And earlier today I had, like, as I was panicking those 40 minutes, I had to call someone to make sure, like, hey, how do I make sound work? So I'm only going to get better if when I do this more, and 2, if I get comments from you guys letting me know, like, hey, this is a bit messed up, maybe look into this, like, oh, you're too loud, or you're like doing this or that, that's not that good. Like, if you help me out with a comment, please. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.